So we are getting started on the kitchen, and this was not my intention. And good morning. So this shelf has been in our lives for about 12 years. When we moved in, they had left it. They said, "Oh, we'll go ahead and take that," and I was like, "Nah, we can put it to use." And so it's been through a lot. It's been in the front room. It's been in the kitchen. It's been all over the kitchen. And it's particle board, so it's not, the best. This thing was really heavy. And so the bottom cabinet part of it has just finally broken through. The we can't think of what they're called, but the dowels, or yeah, I can't think of what they're called. Anyway, those things have busted through the particle board that everything sat on, and so we are going to sit here and take everything apart and get it into the backyard. And actually, Anthony the very next day ended up breaking it down fully for me, which helped quite a bit. And it's going to take us about a week to throw away because it's going to take up quite a bit of room in our trash can. You might be able to see that everything is leaning. Well, Xander's in the way, but everything is kind of leaning towards the back, and so Connor is pulling everything out. And I jokingly said, "Well, at least you won't find a mouse this time." So I'm gonna take all of my knobs off because they are, well, ones that I think are nice, and so the kitten thought she needed help too. So I am taking all these off, and I still have not dealt with the drawer, which, yeah, I really need to get to. But Lex is going to take these off at the bracket, and at first I was just like done with all of this stuff not being put upright, things being broken and being kept, and some of this stuff just wasn't worth keeping anymore. Some of the stuff was out of date, and so I'm gonna toss the shelf and then think about where we're gonna put stuff, because it was our coffee nook, and it is definitely a trial and error, but we ended up getting it all worked out. we have cleaned out this area, kind of mopped it up, and as you can see, we got a black shelf, and the fridge was just slightly too far over. Connor was giving me crap. He's like, I need it to go the other way. I was like, I'm trying, I just have to wiggle it out of the way. So, he is putting that together for me after I took it from him. And I really like the shelf. We ended up going up and getting it from Home Depot. I think it holds a total of 700 pounds. Each one is 150 pounds. Adjusted these cords like 18 million times, and I was gonna put the coffee maker here, but it is just too short. I wouldn't be able to fill it up with water as easily, and the pods, sorry, Lex is just gonna make you dizzy. And so I kept feeding the cords in and out, trying to decide where I needed them to sit. And so I finally got them the way I wanted, and then it is just getting everything put back on the shelf is going to be the fun part. move the shelf to the left, you see why I don't typically like these plastic ones, and it's because they tend to droop. And I don't know much about the shelf because we've had it probably longer than Xander has been alive. And so it is a really old shelf, and maybe that's just what happens. It gets warped over time, and I actually think there ended up being a crack in it on one of the shelves also. But we're trying to keep everything relatively the same, but as you can see, I've moved in the microwave. I'm trying to remember what we have, and that's the thing when I was talking to Anthony later is I have Ritz crackers, and then I have 12 more things of Ritz crackers, and then I buy more Ritz crackers because they get buried, and then I never know that we have them. So I'm hoping with this stuff more out in the open that we'll know how to use what we have and not waste so much I probably ended up reorganizing this like 12 million times. So after a break, we are coming back at this, and we have a million bags of, sorry, someone's playing with the camera. We have 12 million things of cereal. We have ended up having 4 boxes of boxed cereal, 3 of the Pop-Tarts, and I ended up with Raisin Bran. And so, oh, and then we ended up with churros too. So we ended up taking them off of this shelf and putting them with like our extra toilet paper and stuff upstairs because we want the kids to eat what's in the bags and in the containers first. So we are reorganizing this and moving it around, getting all of the bags stuck to the back and the cereal put to the front. So, mind you, it is not going to stay like this. What was next to the microwave because, as everybody knows, sorry, I lost the mic. Microwaves have vents, and so I didn't think this through, and I'm going to move it just here in a second. Okay, so we've moved to the front room because there is still a metric ton of stuff on the table, and we actually are getting together with some friends, and we need to cook dinner. We need to put the kitchen back together, and I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with the coffee maker. Though I liked it on the black shelf, I was running across this same problem. The fact that I couldn't fill it up easily without sliding it out, and I wouldn't be able to get to the pods as easily. And I want to kind of put the creamer basket here, the coffee basket also, so everything is localized in one area. And so that is what we are going to work on. I'm going to get it cleaned up enough so I can get in the kitchen and cook. So I got Anthony some cold brew. I'm not even sure what brand it is. There's one in pink, one in blue, one's vanilla, and one's Wandering Bear? Oh, Wandering? Okay, so I've been told it's Wandering Bear. And I have them still in a shopping bag. This week has just been tiring, and I'm gonna chalk it up to the weather, and it's just draining me. So that middle shelf is nothing but the coffee, protein drinks, meal replacement, and his bottles that he uses for those, along with cold brew. And actually what he's been doing is doing like the protein shake with one of the cold brew, and as far as I know, he's liking them. Figure at this point this is good enough for right now, and I am going to pull everything off of the table and we're going to go work on that. Thank you for joining us again, and I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.